do, y'all? Big Dizzle in the house. Obviously, it's not a hate week video. Niners got a bye week. Couldn't have come at a better time. So just sit back, relax, and just take a trip down memory lane. Tomorrow, being Saturday, is October 17th, and that day, for the rest of my life, I think is going to have some sort of significance in my life. Some of you may be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, people in specifically in the San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, or anybody that knew that went down on October 17th, 1989, which is 20 years ago, or maybe there's some people that know, but for those of you who don't know, basically, this is what went down. I was 14 years old, 20 years ago, freshman in high school. Life was much simpler for me back then. Niners were on the way to repeating as Super Bowl champions, led by Joe Montana. The Oakland Raiders were still the LA Raiders. Those were the days. San Francisco Giants actually made it to the World Series, their first one in '89 since they made it in '62. And actually it was against the Oakland A's, so it was actually the Bay Bridge World Series. And you know, October 17th, 1989, going in. I remember that day was Game 3. The A's were up on the series 2-0, which eventually they would go on and sweep the Giants. But it was Game 3. The first two were in Oakland, and the third game was at Candlestick Park, because in case you forgot, that's where the Giants played before they went to AT&T Park. Basically, Giants were down 2-0. There was a chance for them to get back in the series. And it was 5 o'clock, and they was doing the pregame on ABC. And I remember I was home with my family. My parents, I believe, were in the bedroom about to watch the game. Me and my brother were in the living room on the living room couch, and we were about to watch Game 3. And 504 runs around, and the players started taking the field, and all of a sudden the station just shuts off. And I start thinking in my mind, oh, fuck, technical difficulties right before the game, so hopefully they get it fixed right away. And, me and my brother, we're like, what the hell? And then a few seconds after the station shuts off, I don't know what happened, but just all of a sudden I had like this, I felt like I was dizzy. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So I look into my right, which to my right is the family kitchen, and on the ceiling we had a chandelier, and I look at the chandelier, and all of a sudden it's just swirling, and then it suddenly registers. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're having a fucking earthquake. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. So, but me and my brother realized it was an earthquake. We get up, we go into the kitchen, we meet our parents in the kitchen, converse, make sure everybody, and it lasted for about 10, 15 seconds, and then it was all over. And, all of a sudden, and then about a couple minutes later, station comes back on, and I'm looking down, and I'm seeing San Francisco was in disarray. Parts of the Bay Bridge, the little section of the Bay Bridge, the top part collapsed onto the bottom part. At the worst time, rush hour, no less. Oakland, the Cypress Freeway is completely fucked up. And looking at parts in San Francisco, buildings are on fire, and it was nasty. And I was like, oh my goodness, this shit, I believe it was, I think it was like a 7.1 that hit, and it was crazy. And my parents have a pool on their patio, and I remember, like, after the earthquake happened, I looked out into the patio and I looked up to the pool, and it's just straight pool's just straight tidal waving. And I couldn't even describe it. It was like, wow, I couldn't believe I've never really experienced anything like that. I mean, you have your rain season, you have your winter season, you have your tornado season, hurricane seasons, or whatever you have around the world, but there ain't no hurricane season in California, I'll tell you that. And if it is, it's just year round, and you just don't know when the hell it's going to pop up. And October 17th, 1989, and wow, I'm going to remember October 17th, for the rest of my life. And, like I said, tomorrow, it'll be the 20-year anniversary of that, day. And, a lot of damage done, and unfortunately people lost their lives. And it was definitely a historic day, in the Bay Area, and all for the wrong reasons. And I know some of you that watch my videos might have been either too young to remember this, or you weren't in California. You do remember it, and you just weren't in California, and I know a lot of you that do watch my videos do remember, do remember that dreadful day. So, basically, that's all I got. I mean, anybody that remembers October 17th, 20 years ago, I mean, what do y'all remember about that day? What do y'all remember? And that's all I got. Holla at y'all. Late.